listening to Two Vatos Talking, a podcast discussing life's challenges and blessings with the goal to create an uplifting community for men. We're your co-hosts, Eduardo and Spencer.
Are we hot?
We are hot.
Too hot, baby. Who sings that?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
I think it's Kool in the Gang. Yeah, you're a rocker. You didn't weren't into.
I mean, I know who Kool in the Gang is.
You weren't into Motown?
No.
Oh, dude.
I mean, Michael Jackson. But...
No, Motown, dude. I listened to all that because my dad grew up in the 50s and 60s, and so, you know, he loved Motown, so we would hear a lot of Motown growing up, and I love Motown.
So I grew up listening to a lot of different music. My older, I'm the youngest, right? My oldest siblings, they would listen to rock, disco, a lot of disco music, the Bee Gees, and you know Elton John and all that stuff. So, and then my dad would listen to norteño music.
Yeah,
and,
of course. But your mom, being from Mexico City, what was?
Well, she was a big fan of Juan Gabriel.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people are.
Rocío Dúrcal, Vicente Fernández, like all the kind of
they're the big names.
Stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
My mom was never a big music person. My dad was more music. My youngest sister, closest to me, she was like going through her rocker phase. And I think that got me into my rocker phase.
And now you're country. Kind of. I mean, that's pretty much what you play.
So I like to listen to a lot of stuff. But right now, I really like country.
Yeah.
A lot of country.
How long ago did that start?
Since I became single.
Do you think it was you were at the bars having a drink?
I think it's a
kind
dancing.
of, you know, down and they're playing country in El Paso, or it was the country bars and then the dancing, and then I really enjoyed the music, and then I enjoy it. Feels good, right, to like dance with people and stuff. Yeah, totally.
You know?
You can't do that to rock.
No. So one of the things that I was realizing from my like end of year. Like Apple Music does like your end of year playlists or like tells you what songs you listen to the most.
Okay. So
like at the end of my relationship, it was like all these artists I never even heard of, because when I would get home, I would just say, "Hey Siri, play chill music," right? And so it just plays like piano or like, you know, just not that. Oh my gosh.
Was that K-pop again?
No, that was Billie Eilish. But it was just like chill music was like environmental, like just, you know, you just kind of hear like background music.
Ambient. Yeah.
Ambiance. Yeah. It was ambient music.
Yeah.
And so I never knew the artist. I never knew anything, but it would just chill me out because I just didn't want to be there, you know? And so I was just like, I was looking for like some peace. And then once I moved out and I started like going out and like trying to find out what I'm going to do with myself. I was like, oh, I really like country. So then I would just say, just play country. And then now I have like favorite artists and stuff. So,
who's your favorite artist right now?
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Ella Langley. Ella Langley's really good.
Yeah, she's hot right now. I mean, she's hot in general, but she's hot right now.
Yeah, she's pretty attractive.
Great voice.
Yeah.
Good songwriter. I don't know who writes your songs, but I think she writes some of them. Good songwriting skills for sure.
John Party's really good. Luke Combs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a lot of mainstream guys, but then I like the old, you know, Garth Brooks and...
Well, you sing Brooks and Dunn karaoke. That's your go-to.
My Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Everybody expects that from you now.
I know, right? And then which is weird.
Yeah. Why do you say that? Because you would have never done it when you were younger? Or?
I only started karaokeing like 2 years ago.
So when you used to rock out when you were a musician, did you just play guitar? Or did you not songwrite?
Just guitar.
You didn't sing?
Never.
Really?
I always had a hard time like even talking and playing. Like I had to just focus on just playing.
You never wrote songs?
Never.
Really? See, I'm the opposite. I wrote songs.
Yeah.
But I never learned how to play guitar.
Really?
I'm just so impatient with instruments and learning how to read music that I've tried piano, keyboard, and guitar. Self-taught, really, but I just don't have the patience, and eventually I give up. But I've always enjoyed... for the most part, writing music.
Really?
Like I felt like I could write songs because I am a writer. I can write, but I always felt like I could write songs. I did write several with my buddy Brian Contreras. We had that band I mentioned too.
Yeah. So would you sing or what?
Yeah.
You would sing?
We both sing, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I play a little keyboard.
Do you know how to sing? Like,
no one's ever trained me, and no one ever said, hey, you got to, well, maybe every now and then someone says, oh, you sound good. But I don't have a strong voice. I wish I would take lessons. I think I could develop a decent voice. My brother's got a great voice, I think, because his is a little deeper than mine and stronger. And when he sings it you can feel it. Okay. Like it fills the room. You can feel it.
Right.
He's got a good voice, and he is a musician. He put out a CD, self-produced.
Did he really?
Yeah, he put out a CD back in the day, and he had some really good songs. Composed them himself, wrote the lyrics, all that, and he would play in little gigs here and there. And he plays different instruments. But as you get older, I think time and busy and work, and he has his own business, so it's hard. But he certainly has a talent for it. But I don't think it's something that he does regularly.
It's a nice outlet. I mean, it really is a nice outlet just to have that musical inclination.
Well, I don't know what made me start listening to this today, but I love the blues.
Okay.
I don't often listen to the blues, but I love the blues.
Yeah.
And I was in the back patio and I had that on, and the thought came to me again. I should get someone to teach me how to play guitar. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't learn acoustic. Maybe I should buy electric, because I think it might be a little easier to learn to play electric.
I mean, yes and no.
I've heard arguments for it.
Yeah.
And I thought, I just want to learn some basic chords and some basic blues songs, because I love the blues. And that'd be fun, I think, in my mind.
Yeah.
But like anything, you want to get decent at it. It takes time.
It takes a lot of time.
And at least with dancing, you're with other people and you dance with a partner. Music, you just got to have the discipline to do it by yourself.
Yeah. So I became a fan of Ed Sheeran when I saw a video that he made, a movie. And it's like he was recording the making of that next album that at the time that he was recording, right?
Yeah.
He's super talented, like super, super talented.
Yeah.
And, he plays guitar and is a hell of a singer, but he's also a songwriter. And he wrote that one song, Love Yourself, that I guess he sold to Justin Bieber. And, and in the movie, he's like making the song and he's coming up with the lyrics. And I'm like, I'm so fascinated by it. I think it's just amazing, and as he's writing it, he's like making it up and and it's clicking and he's like, oh, that's a good line. And then he keeps on going and going. And then now Justin Bieber has that recorded,
and pop's very, you kind of know what's coming. But one of the things that as a writer that really, I guess annoys me or not have patience with is cliche. And most songs are cliche. I have heard plenty of songs when it's the first time I've heard it and I know the line that's coming.
Oh.
Because it's going to rhyme.
Well, I think a lot of country songs are kind of like that.
Yeah. I guess country I'll have a little more patience for because of the twang, right, of where it's coming from, and it might feel a little more organic in the sense that I think they're feeling it more.
Yeah.
But I just don't like cliche songwriting, and it's whether it's songwriting or poetry or whatever the case may be, it's pervasive. Cliche is just pervasive.
Are you a fan of Foo Fighters?
Yeah, I like them, but I can't say that I know more than one or two of their songs, but I know they're super talented.
So Dave Grohl, again, one of his movies that he was made, it was like a documentary, and I think it was Wasted Time or Wasted Years or some shit like that. Anyways, he writes and
he plays guitar, he plays drums, and he does it all at a level that most people can't do one instrument.
No, he's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And but then what was really cool is like they'll come up with like a little hook, like a little rhythm, a little riff.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, ma, 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 and then he's just mumbling, but he doesn't have the lyrics. And then they'll have the song. And he goes, all right, let me go make some lyrics up. And then he just goes to another room and starts penning it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like that's amazing.
I get that because you get the sound you want. So the words have to flow with that rhythm. And then you just got to apply it. I'm not a musician. No one would call me a musician. I would probably do the opposite where I come up with the lyrics first. But I would talk to other people. And I would say, isn't that how you do it? And I go, no, the music comes to me first. I was like, really? How do you do that? Yeah. And that's amazing to me, but I get it now. Everybody's brain works differently. The creation process is, in some ways, it's just a mystery. And,
100%.
And it's beautiful. And this is taken on we're just talking. We're just bantering.
We're just bullshitting.
We're just bantering, which is Don't do this at home. It's high level stuff. But it's kind of a little off topic, but it's kind of crazy with AI, right? Because if we were to get on right now to you name whatever AI engine you want to use and say, write me a song about breaking up with my ex-girlfriend or write me a song about my childhood home, or it doesn't matter the topic. It's going to write you a song.
And it'll probably be pretty good.
It'll probably be pretty good. Yeah. And if you've got a paid for it service, you can say, and put it in the voice of, and sing it to with some good chord, and it'll produce the whole damn thing. Yeah, that's scary to me.
It's really scary. Yeah, but I remember we had similar conversations like this when the computer, and this is how old I am, right? Well, we're the same age, but when the computer was...
You're a month older.
Yeah, well, I'm a little older. So when the computer was like such a, like in graphic design at least, right?
Okay.
Typography, I would set type with my hands, right? And I would like color with like using like traditional
When you're
tools.
in graphic design school.
Right, when I was taking classes, right?
And I can imagine that. No, that's pretty cool.
Exactly, right? And so back then it was like you had to take a photostat and then like do all these different things to like...
So much work.
Tremendous amount of work. Even photography, right? Like I'd go into a dark room and go in there and do all this like chemicals and probably these horrible chemicals.
Yeah, with the detail to create so little was just
ridiculous, right? Yeah. And then they would be like, oh no, the computer's going to like do this and that.
Yeah.
And so then, but like you're not a graphic designer, right? Like,
no.
Like people, like just because they have the tool doesn't mean that they're that. Like, so like I could give you a laptop and say, hey, now you could, with AI, you could probably make some decent graphics, but you're not going to open up Photoshop and start making up some cool graphics and stuff just because you have the tool. Mm-hmm. So like with AI, you could tell it to do stuff. You're still going to need that person behind it to create stuff, Mm-hmm. So I think there's going to be a bigger appreciation for handmade stuff. It might not be as lucrative, but maybe eventually it will be. Mm-hmm. But I think right now it's so new, and now you could like pinpoint AI stuff out, right?
Yeah. Nobody quite knows where it's going. No. I read an article, not every day, but several throughout the week. Because in higher education, it's a talk of a lot of professors and people that study pedagogy and learning in general. And, as professors, we want to provide the best education possible for our students.
Right.
And part of that is what we assign them.
Yeah.
So if in literature, the standard was back in the day, let's call it the 20-page paper, the 10-page paper.
Right.
High school is the 5-paragraph essay, whatever.
Right.
It could take someone weeks, if not longer, to write a 10-page paper, depending on how much research you're putting into it.
Sure.
Because back in our day, we literally had to go to the library.
Yeah.
There was no PDF online article. We had to go find the books, find the articles.
Go hunting for it, yeah.
That takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. And then you finally pull it all together, you do the readings, and you start putting together ideas, and you write, and then you take out quotes to support your argument. Well, now the last 10, 15 years, students didn't even need to go to the library.
Yeah.
All these journals are accessible online. Now, they're still missing resources. They're resources that they were missing because there is no PDF or they're not using the right search engine to find certain things. But now, if I were to give them a prompt and say, write an article about this novel, 7 to 10 pages long, give me 5 sources, and here are 5 themes that you can write about. If you want a different theme, let me know. They can have that article done.
In 5 minutes.
The longest part is them writing the prompt.
Yeah.
If they were to copy and paste that, actually, it would be just as effective, probably.
Yeah.
A minute, 2 minutes.
It's stupid, yeah. And it's a good product.
And it's a very good product sometimes.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah. So, as a professor, I have to ask myself, what is the point of that exercise now?
Yeah.
If they're going to stay true to it and not use AI, okay. But then that begs the question, are they falling behind?
Yeah.
Because they're not learning how to use these tools, and other classmates will use these tools in the professional world. And if they're still writing all their emails from scratch, all the reports from scratch, whatever from scratch, and the person next to them is 2 or 3 times more productive because they are using the AI tools available to them, well, maybe that's a disservice to my student now.
Well, I think there are 2 different things. So one is like the traditional, like you have to learn how to read and write, you know, and then the other thing is learning how to use the tool. So if the tool is AI, you're talking about the prompt, then you really need to know how to write the right prompt.
Yeah.
You know,
prompt writing's important.
And so, but we're, I think, in that gray area right now where like writing the prompt and then AI is getting better by the second right now. But you still need to go back to your basics of like knowing what poetry is, knowing what music is, knowing music theory, you know, knowing color theory, right? How to balance and create harmony, and just, there's a bunch of things that AI isn't going to teach you. It could give you a class on it, but it's not going to teach you how to be a better artist. You know what I mean?
No. And it's not doom and gloom. It's just, I'm having to think in different ways more than I have in the last, well, since I started my career probably. Well, actually, since maybe classes went online. Because when I first started teaching at the university level, everything was face-to-face.
Yeah.
All my classes were face-to-face.
Which I think that's what it should be, because I really despised online classes.
Yeah.
But now I think it's very lucrative for the universities to do that.
Yeah, yes and no. I looked up, I was curious, and I looked up the University of Phoenix's numbers.
Yeah.
Because at one point, there were over 500,000 students at University of Phoenix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
500,000
Over 500,000 students at one point. And now they're down to less than 100,000, so maybe around 80, because there's so much competition.
There's a ton.
And it lost its luster.
Yeah.
And then, they had this sort of churn and burn type of...
which I'm not a fan of that school either.
No, but it's interesting. So things change quickly. Obviously, a lot of people are in that game now.
Yeah.
And so for me, at some point, it was still face-to-face classes, but we had an online presence. So students, we would have an online system where there was Blackboard at one point, now Canvas. So all the material started going to online, but we were still teaching face-to-face, but you could find your readings online. You could reach me online on this program, other things of that nature. And then we started transitioning to online classes using those platforms. And now with Zoom, and there's so many tools. I mean, when I get online and the tools are listed there for me, there's too much. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. And
they offer classes. It's not like they just, share these with you and good luck. No, they offer classes, but it's overwhelming.
Right.
And I like using less. I like, some people, we got to read so many novels. No, you're tricking yourself if you think students are going to read all these novels in a 15, 16-week semester when they're taking 4 other classes.
Yeah.
You're not realistic. And the students have changed with it. They're ahead of us, actually. So one of my students commented on my evaluations that I gave too much work. And so to keep up with the readings, this is articles, whatever, they found an app. You either scan the article in or
it summarizes it for them.
No. It reads it to them.
Oh, like an audiobook?
Yeah.
So they don't have to read it.
No,
they just listen to it.
They just listen.
Yeah.
Some books obviously are novels where their audiobook already exists, but these are articles. And this person wrote an evaluation. It was too much reading, so I found this app, and it would read the articles for me while I'm taking a shower.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it whenever.
How are you
right?
listening? I mean, first of all, you're not reading, which is a different process going on in your brain. Now you're listening, which you still learn, but it's not the same as reading. There's something about reading that we take information at a way higher level.
Yeah.
But now you're listening while you're taking a shower.
Yeah.
How much learning is going on there? Now, are you busy? I guess you're really busy. You got, all these students now, 1 job, 2 jobs, a kid, 2 kids, whatever.
Yeah.
They got a lot going on. And that's, with AI, it's like that with email. Like I used to think it must have been great to have been a professor or department head in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because when the job is, the day is over, you can take some papers with you, but no one can email you.
Oh, yeah.
There's no email. Like,
there's no tether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then email came along and it's like, oh, this is going to reduce our whatever. No, it is quadrupled because they can reach us anytime.
Well, and that kind of goes back to the same argument of like, remember, the computers are going to take my job. You know, I'm going to be replaced by a machine or a computer. It's like, well, yeah, but then you need other jobs to facilitate that computer, you know? So just like emails was supposed to be like this great way of communicating, and it's like exceptionally powerful, right? Mm-hmm. Like an email, if you put something in an email, man, that's like print, you know?
It is print.
Yeah.
And it exists for, let's just say, forever. Right?
Yeah.
So it's powerful in the way that you better be careful how you use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So but the point was like, you know, email was supposed to be this thing that you were supposed to make life better. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, all I hear is like, oh, on my day off, I'll go through my emails and clear out my email box, right? And make sure that I reply to emails that
my inbox has not been cleared in well over a decade.
Yeah.
It's got so many freaking emails.
Well,
at one point, I remember early in my career, I was like, I got to clear all these out. And I was doing it.
Yeah.
Early in my career.
Oh, I've never cleared out mine.
No, I did early on.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't know how or why. I guess I wasn't getting enough.
Well, when I say clear, it just means I read all my emails.
I would, there'd be like one screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then eventually that stopped.
No, yeah.
Because it's impossible.
Can't keep up with my Yahoo mail. Forget it. I get so much email in there. I just can't keep up with that, you know.
What about your MySpace? Do you keep track of that?
MySpace, yeah. No. I don't think I ever had a MySpace. But, yeah.
Okay. I didn't have one either. It's just one of my dad jokes.
Kids nowadays are like, what's MySpace?
Yeah. So,
all right. Well,
I don't know what we're talking about exactly. We went from music and creativity to AI, so you can kind of see the flow of our brilliance here, our minds. But, you know, I am concerned for this current generation and how AI is going to affect it. History tells us there's always been a new invention that comes along and people think, oh no, we're going to not have work because this cotton gin is doing too much work and who's going to do all this work? You know, like, no, there's more work to be done, or the printing press, or, you know, the Industrial Revolution, or, you know, the computers, or what. AI is a little different because it's so quick. Yeah. Like, it's just happening so fast. But I do think that, you know, one door closes, another opens, right? There's going to be something that comes from this. I'm just not sure what. But I do believe that for years, and I heard it probably since the beginning of my career, people who were in the know and also people who didn't know anything, but nonetheless were talking, their chant was STEM, STEM, STEM.
Oh.
Science, technology, engineering, math. STEM. Study STEM. Even if you weren't good at it. Like, just get into STEM. Right. Just, you'll find a job. And I used to think to myself, a job is important, but it's not the end-all, be-all.
Yeah.
We are still people. We're still human beings. There has to be fulfillment. If you're not fulfilled with your lives,
right,
man, you're gonna be miserable, and the people around you are gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
And the people in your family, right? Because nobody wants to do that. And I would think, well, why push kids into something that they're not even interested in? I think find what you're good at, not just your passion, what you're good at, and develop the hell out of those skills, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So like times have changed, you know, and you know, I was going to school in the 90s, and so back then, man, getting a college degree meant something, you know.
It still means something.
Well, but I'd argue not as much, you know. But like now there's a lot of certifications, there's a lot of other things where like, sure, having a college degree is important, and but it wasn't. It doesn't carry the weight now, I don't think, that it used to carry back then. And so maybe I should differentiate, like, engineering degrees were always engineering degrees, right? Like, you always knew they were going to be successful. But like the soft skills, you know, the arts and sciences and stuff. I mean,
well, I think that's going to be the strength now of some.
I think so too.
Of some kids, because current generation have been on their phones forever. They don't have as big of a friend network as we used to have. They're not used to talking to people.
Yeah.
And they're certainly not used to talking to strangers.
Yeah.
It was normal for us to talk to strangers. They're not good at it, and they're kind of scared to do it. Some of my class activities, homework activities, are to talk with strangers. They have to interview people they don't know.
Are they really?
And they freak out about it. Some of them. They're like, well, what do you mean? Like someone I don't know? Don't know? And I go, yeah, someone you don't know. What does that mean to you? Like you don't know them. Well, how am I going to meet them? Well, is there someone that you've ever seen? And,
Really?
Yeah, they're just...
That's so funny.
It really... They have a lot of questions about it. And when I hear them later and they really enjoyed it, and I go, yeah, that was neat, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll share stories that, oh, we became friends or we did this. So the people... Go back to the whole STEM thing, right? So for a good 10 years or so, if not more, there were a lot of people who said, particularly talking about to women, that women should get into STEM, catch up with the men in STEM because that's where the money's at, and that's where these high paying, powerful jobs are at. So there's a lot of push for women to get into coding, right? To become a coder.
Right.
Sounded good, but I always had my reservations about it. Well, now in the age of AI, and I've read this several times, AI can do basic coding.
Yeah, basic coding.
It can do basic code like nobody's business, where it would take someone a whole day. It's taking AI 10 minutes, more or less.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, if a company needs to hire entry-level coders, chances are they're going to India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Or China or wherever.
Yeah.
They don't need to hire people at six figures with all these benefits here in the U.S.
Right.
They're going to do it for the third or half the price somewhere else. And it's the same product or very similar. It's close enough.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I think for certain things, I mean, it's obviously gone that way, but...
I mean, the business world, let's face it.
But like you look at
they care about the bottom line.
Well, sure, but like you look at like big players like Google or Apple, right? They're still here. They're still in America.
Yeah. Well, they're multinational companies now.
No, they're global.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they're here, maybe, but
their headquarters are.
They
still
hire
here.
all kinds of foreign nationals.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is like there's more to it than just coding, you know. So like there's problem solving, there's understanding the culture, there's understanding how people work, efficiencies of what people will use technology for,
right?
Which is separate from hacking on code.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things. So I've had a conversation with my nephew. He's a programmer, super talented programmer, you know, high level, and actually works for Google. And so his job is not threatened, although maybe other jobs have.
What is his job, if I could ask?
He's a software developer.
Okay.
And so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't do it justice to tell you exactly what he does. But he works in a team, and they solve whatever problem that they're trying to do for that little niche of whatever software that they're working on.
And there's always going to be glitches and things that aren't quite matching up.
Well, it's not. So there's also, there's glitches. There's like fixing software, like help desk kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like developing new technologies, right? And one of the things that struck me that he said the other day was that they're making it a requirement for them to use AI, not to just be shy away or kind of use it, but they're like putting requirements of like, no, you need to use AI this many times a day as part of your workflow. I
agree. I mean, I'm not against it. I took a workshop.
Bro, that workshop, whatever they taught you at that workshop changed you completely. Because before that workshop, you were like anti-AI.
Yeah,
and afterwards, you're just like, it's like your second best friend.
No, well, the guy was really good, and this is interesting. He's actually by training a German professor, a literature professor in German. So he's not different than me. He's just a different language.
Yeah.
And he said, I saw the writing on the wall. Language departments are reducing, and certain languages were not being taught, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And so my second area is pedagogy, right? The science of learning.
Oh.
And I thought, and this is him talking, I'm just kind of paraphrasing,
right?
Because he kind of gave us a little bio, and I thought to myself, this AI thing is going to be really big. I need to learn as much about it and be able to teach about it.
How did he learn it?
He probably did workshops himself, and a lot of self-teaching, a lot of reading. I mean, professors are typically, we kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit. We're not trying to open up a business.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no one tells us, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. We already desire to work on that. We're already, we have that.
You're looking for it.
Yeah, we want to do it. We want to publish, and we want to create, and we want to present, and we want to create knowledge and share knowledge. That's part of professors, our DNA, I would think. So he said there's kind of 3 ways to look at AI. He goes, you can bury your head in the sand.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I was doing that exactly, but I was definitely playing in the sand, right? I wanted to.
Well, I think you were against it. I don't think you were game for playing with it.
No, but he said you can bury your head in the sand, meaning you can pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But you're just kidding yourself. It's
here. It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. It's getting stronger and stronger. You could do the opposite and just go all in and use it for every single thing, all your creative endeavors.
Yeah.
Which also has a lot of negative repercussions, because I think we do lose the ability to think for ourselves.
Okay.
Or you can be in the middle and use it as what he called a think partner.
Yeah.
This is Kevin Yee, by the way. I don't want to discredit him, but Kevin Yee, he teaches in Florida. Really great facilitator, and I really enjoyed the class. And, a think partner. So use it for what you can. It sort of, you give it your work, and it helps improve it.
Yeah.
And when you're out of ideas, you ask it for ideas. But think partner. So you got to work with it.
Yeah.
You can use it as a tool, and it's going to help you be more productive. And that's the way I just try to, look at it. And I tell my students, because students have been using it. If we think that they're not using it, we're fooling ourselves.
Right.
And if you also say to yourself, to the students, if you use AI for anything,
you'll be punished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
SAS, 0, or worse, right? Now, I've been around some cases and heard cases where students will swear they don't use it.
Yeah.
And then the professors think, well, according to AI itself, they're using AI to see if you're using AI. It says it's 40% probable or 60% probable. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's really unfair.
Yeah.
How would you like to be sentenced to prison for something that was, it's 40% likely you did this.
Yeah.
That's not really fair. But you have to realize, as students are doing research, the internet is using AI to help them.
Yeah.
Or if they use something like Grammarly to make a sentence stronger, that's AI. Yeah. So it's sounding like it already, and it is affecting their voice. I think we have to be flexible. We got to be flexible. We have to engage them in a way that allows them to use it, encourages them to use it, and I would even say requires them to use it, like your cousin and his profession, or your nephew, and require them to use it. But you lay out the parameters of how they're going to use it.
Right. Well, another friend of mine, he works in academia, and he was telling me a couple of years ago, he goes, it's all about the prompt, right? But that's where we're at right now. But the prompt is like, it's just crazy, it's the prompt of how to use AI. Mm-hmm. But the scary part, or I don't know, not the scary part. I just signed up for a Gemini membership. Mm-hmm. And so I'm paying the $20 a month or whatever. And it'll teach you how to learn other stuff, right? Or like for the podcast, I was telling it, well, hey, how can I be more efficient? And so then it didn't tell me to use Gemini to like get more efficient. It told me try these other softwares that are made for podcasting, which I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
And then it even was like telling me, how much time are you spending right now? It asked me, how much time are you spending in editing? How much time are you spending in post-production?
Right. And editing doesn't do anything for us, you and me. Like,
it's just labor.
It is just unpaid, meticulous labor.
I would say there's like 10% creativity where you make decisions of like what you're leaving in, leaving out, that kind of stuff. What point you're going to start. But now it recommended the There was one called Pod Squeeze, and then another one called Opus Clips.
Mm-hmm.
And it said if you use this, it'll drastically cut your production time down, right? And then
post-production is, it's a lot of work.
It's a nightmare, right? And if it's just me and you doing this, then it's like, so then it gave me an example. He goes, if you bill your hourly rate, first it asked me, how many hours are you spending? So I said like 8 to 10 hours a month, right? Which I think is conservative.
Yeah, it is conservative.
So let's just round it up to 10, right? It said, if you pay for Opus Clips, I think it's $20 or $30 a month. You're paying for 1 hour of your time, but you're gaining back 9 hours to free yourself up.
Right.
And then you could just focus on creating, your
doing
podcast.
other things.
Or doing other, or exercising, whatever.
Exercising,
right?
Spending time with your kids, whatever.
But you're paying $30 to earn 10 hours of free time.
No, totally. It's worth it.
And we're not even talking about like how effective it is, right? So that's my next part is I'm gonna buy one of these, and then if it really does like do our social media, if it really does like pull out the interesting clips and takes out the silent parts and fixes our audio a little bit, I mean that in itself is huge.
Well, it takes a while to listen to them, play them back, find a spot, clip it. I mean, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and
there's some subjectivity to it, like at what point do we want to include stuff or not? But it'll
learn what we like eventually.
I guess so.
No, I think it will. I think it'll learn what we like, especially if we give it certain prompts and tell it what it's okay to, take out all the uhs and ahs and the sniffles and odd noises that pop up.
Yeah.
And then we can probably even tell it, put that in a separate track and that way we can hear them and say, we don't want those. There's all kinds of things that we can tell it to do, and I'm sure it'll do it for us.
Yeah. So now it's just a matter of buying it and implementing it.
Yeah.
Which, we could talk about that later, I guess, once we actually do it.
Yeah.
But it did give great, tips on how to be more productive, how to set our workflow up, how to, prep beforehand and stuff like that.
Now, to save on time, amongst other things, our social media and planning. And we didn't have a big discussion about this, but maybe we should. We talked about hiring a TVT secretary.
A TVT secretary?
She's got to be a 7 or above. What do you think?
A living, breathing one?
Yes.
Or a robot one?
No, real. What do you think?
Let's do it. I'll be the interviewer.
Should we? Yeah, I bet you will. Should we put it on monster.com or Indeed or something? And
we could put it on Facebook, and then we'll have a marketplace, and we'll have tons of people signing up.
Yeah, maybe we'll get like a chola secretary
with some Sharpie eyebrows.
Yeah, and she can double as our bouncer or something.
Man, imagine having a woman that just takes notes, answers phone calls, makes some lunch, get some coffee. I'm just kidding. Little chauvinist.
Well, yeah, you're taking us back to the 70s there.
She works out 2 hours a day,
So then before you know it, she just start giving us shit.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll be taking it, and it won't be two vatos talking. It'll be la chola.
Two vatos.
Two vatos and la chola
being sued.
Or that too. Yeah.
Did I tell you about the Volaris stewardesses in Mexico City?
Volaris, the airline.
The airline Volaris, all of them, all those stewardesses were really cute.
Is that right?
Yeah. I remember those days growing up when I thought all the stewardesses were super pretty.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're still attractive, but I think they go out of
their way. Well, maybe you should date a stewardess.
I would love to, man. Are you kidding me? Fly anywhere?
Well, if they have that deal with your boyfriend can go with you, but I think they'd like that. She's gone 3 or 4 days and she's back for the weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And then of course the free flights. Yeah.
Maybe they're like nurses. I hear bad things about nurses too. They get around.
Well, I don't know. But I don't know. I could see you with the stewardess.
I would love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we got from AI to dating stewardess.
That's you, man. You go down these rabbit holes.
They don't even call them stewardess anymore. They're flight attendants.
Flight attendants. Sure. Whatever.
And in Spanish, it's hermosa, which is a strange word.
Hermosa?
No. Look at you.
What is it?
Hermosa.
What did
Not hermosa, hermosa.
Aria moza?
Moza. Like mozo or mozo is like someone who
Aria moza.
serves like a butler or something like
really?
that. Yeah. Not Aria hermosa.
I was like, Aria hermosa. I was like, what?
Yeah. You know what? That would have been your line.
What?
If you were in Volaris, you're like this, perdón or perdone or dispensa. Aria hermosa.
Aria hermosa. You know what I would ask them when I was over there? Like the female bartenders, I'd be like, do you speak another language besides Spanish? And they one of them was like, she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, do you speak another language besides Spanish? Because I was looking for like an indigenous person, you know.
Wait, where?
In Mexico when I was in Cancun.
Oh, to the bartenders.
Oh, bartenders.
Yeah, they certainly speak Yucateco or Maya.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't run into anybody like that.
They're there.
They told me to go to the Yucatan, to the peninsula. Who do you keep texting over there?
I got different people texting.
I know, man. Jesus.
This is we're exactly. Exactly. All right, this is professional stuff.
I know, exactly. We're talking about Volaris babes.
Aria hermosa. You over here inventing words for the Spanish dictionary. That was good though.
Tell you what, Volaris hires. They do some good hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should get them on our hiring committee for our TVT secretary.
Yeah, maybe the ones that just got fired or something.
Figure out what their protocol is and what they look for.
Yeah, maybe talk to their HR hiring managers out there.
Yeah, and we won't have much. Huh? We won't have much of a salary to offer, but we'll definitely indulge them in French benefits.
Well, the experience they would gain would just.
Aria hermosa.
You can't put a price on that.
Yeah, not even French benefits. That's one of my other dad jokes.
French benefits. That's terrible.
Oh, maybe God. I should do the stand up. You said you're going to do stand up. Maybe.
One day I will.
Ooh, do a TBT Bro Talk stand up.
Yeah.
Where we just both crash and burn.
Bomb day, right? Yeah. Just crash and burn, fizz. The day we get no action whatsoever.
Wow. Yeah. That's one of many days. Mil gracias to all those tuning in to TVT Bro Talk. And hey, Vatos, remember, pónganse trucha. Arriba, abajo, pa' frente, pa' lado. Arrímate, mamita, muévele un rato. Arriba, abajo, pa' afuera, pa' centro. Este es el tiempo, este es el momento.